Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue. Quite possibly the most low budget and awful production value you're gonna get in a podcast. Because I can't afford the fancy equipment. I can't afford all the sort of bits and pieces you need to pay for. So I'm literally sat here in my snuggle chair in my pajamas, talking to my phone using a free app called Spreaker. And it's a free app where you get a storage amount. So I even have to delete podcasts as I go to make more storage. My daughter will interrupt it. You might even hear my wash machine going off from time to time. It's low budget. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. But that's kind of what my podcast is about. My main aim for this podcast was always to promote positivity, kindness, build a community and try and help people. When I started the whole project, Little Blues Thank You, it was to bring something positive back to social media. And by starting a podcast, it was just a new branch to that tree. And I love it. I have really enjoyed doing the podcast. And I don't have many listeners. I'm not like Chris and Rosie Ramsey with Shag Married Annoyed. I'm not like any of these other massive podcast people. I don't interview people. I'm not like getting it out there and getting thousands and thousands of hits. I'm just doing it to try and change my own, to help myself in a way, to have knowing that you've inspired and helped other people. Basically, it can really change your self-motivation, and not just for the podcast, but for life in general. And I know that some of my listeners have been inspired, have been motivated, and have been helped. So I'm going to keep going, because if I can help one or two of you, that's all that matters for me. And I enjoy it. So why not? Why not keep doing this thing, which at the moment is mine? I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a single mum. I'm a single mum in her 30s. I don't have much money, and my childcare options are probably the most limited you could imagine. And so I don't get to go out that much. I don't actually get to even see friends and people that much, because unless you're around in the day when baby Blue's at preschool, you need to sort of come over when she's asleep, and then she wakes up and blah, blah, blah. So having something like this that is mine, where I can be me and not baby Blue's mum, it's gold dust for me. A bit like my friends, I consider them gold dust as well, because the support base I've got around me right now is incredible. And I know they're on the other end of the phone, so at night when I'm feeling lonely because I'm physically on my own, I know I can always turn to my friends, and that's such an amazing thing too. And another thing that I like to promote through this podcast, I said it in a podcast recently, there's so much negativity in this world, and it's almost like a default setting for our thought process. And I'd love to be able to change that for people, because when you switch on the news, you have like the announcements of the natural disasters or of things happening in politics and all of that rubbish. So let's take the fires in Australia, for example. The images you see, you get all the facts and the figures. So how many acres have been destroyed, and that's the size of this country, that country. The eucalyptus trees are exploding because of all the oil in them. And you're hearing all the destructive, all the negative words and descriptions of what's going on. Yes, it's awful. It is awful, and I don't think any of us can fathom how hard it has been. But no one seems to be reporting for the mainstream news channels, the charity work, the communities that are coming together, the firefighters that have flown from other countries and put their lives on hold to stop these fires, all the measures that have gone to save lives, to prevent further fires, and all of this. It's not getting mentioned. Like, you can, if you look for it on social media, you do get little glimpses of it. But the mainstream news channels, they don't post that. And to me, that's wrong. I think there should be a news channel that promotes the positive sides of it. So fires in Australia, they've been really awful, blah, blah, blah. Do that bit, but also say, here's what's being done to help it. So show the problem and show the solution that is being, and this is how you can help yourselves. I don't know if I mentioned this before. My mum is actually knitting Joey pouches right now. So you literally just knit a square and then you sew it up, and she's got a little address to send it off to Australia. I think she's got Joey pouches and these like koala slings to knit. But she found out about it because she used to order wool from when she likes knitting jumpers and stuff. And the people she orders the wool from sent her an email saying, if you would like to help Australia, this is how you can do it. That's amazing. Why are these people not being highlighted? So if I've seen anything on Instagram or Facebook, I've been sharing it and promoting it. So all these companies that are releasing t-shirts and skirts and clothes and key rings and all of that sort of stuff, where the 100% of profits are going towards the charities that are helping Australia right now, I'm sharing the hell out of it because they are incredible. And no matter what their motivation, at the end of the day, they are raising money that is going to support families that have lost their homes, animals that have lost mothers and fathers and their, obviously, their habitat, their home, their injuries, and just, yeah, it's funding so much good. So I'm going to blooming share the hell out of it. You know what I mean? And again, that's kind of what I'm about. It is bringing something positive back to social media, highlighting the good and the solutions to the problems. I've got PTSD. That is a problem. That is a major thing. But I'm not going to bog you down with my history and the reason that I have PTSD. I'm not going to tell you stories of the horrific things that I've been through, I've seen, I've experienced. You don't need to know that. What you need to know, you don't really need to know, but what would be helpful to know, what could be inspirational to know, is my recovery from that and how I battle with mental health on a day-to-day basis, because it could be your friend, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father. Anybody around you could be affected by it. It could be yourself that is struggling with maybe not PTSD, but anxiety, depression, panic attacks, whatever. And something I say just goes ping in your head and you're like, I'm going to try that. And I know it is helping people because I've had the feedback and people are saying that I've helped them through something at the moment, whether it's work or relationship or home or finances or whatever. It's helping them. And I just feel there should be more positive interaction on social media. One of my biggest peeves are those people that seem to be, it's like they're programmed to be self-righteous. So with everything that's going on with Prince Harry and Meghan and Prince Andrew and all, there's a lot of royal family things going on at the moment. And when the Queen or Prince Philip or William announces a statement, it doesn't matter the state, like when the fire started in Australia, the Queen said, our condolences go out, thank you to the emergency services. It's a formality. She does it, but she does feel it. And then obviously Prince Charles then did that video to show that they are really, really behind all the good that is going on in Australia. But when that post gets shared on social media, if you scroll down the comments, there is always people that goes, oh, your condolences, your wishes, why not send the money that people need? Blah, 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 blah. And you always get that person whose default is to be negative and to not think that's a lovely thing. They are this royal family. The Queen is related to Queen Victoria. Like that family, they have got so much power and so much, like their platform is probably the biggest in the world, and they are connecting with the Australian people. They want to help. They are saying they are thinking of them. Who knows what other things they're doing? They're not promoting themselves. They're not going to say, oh, we've donated £30,000 to this charity, this charity, this charity. We've made a t-shirt to do this. They're not going to promote themselves because that's not who they are. They are just doing the formality of, we are thinking of you. And behind closed doors, they are probably helping because they do feel it. And I'm a massive royalist. I love the royal family, but it's the people that decide to just go, oh, well wishes, Because if you're like me, for example, right now, well wishes are all I can give. I don't have the money to donate. I'm probably going to knit some J pouches though, if they're good enough, and send them off and do that for them. But just sharing posts right now is all I can do. I can share the posts and advertise people that are trying to raise money to try and help raise money that way, because I can't physically give that myself. And even that gets all these horrible troll type people, and I just want to sort of smash it out of social media and just fill social media with something positive. So you scroll through your newsfeed of Instagram or Facebook or whatever, Twitter, and you see a positive motivational quote, or you see a video of a little boy giving up his pocket money so someone can have a hot meal that day, or you see a war hero that's gone through everything and like the community have bought him, I don't know, like a brand new coat or something he's always wanted or something like that. Things like that. I will share those stories. I will share those videos. I will promote and celebrate the positive things about life. And that's pretty much why I started the podcast, to have another medium and to have an actual physical voice, so you can hear my passion, you can hear my emotion, you can hear the honesty in it. Because if you write stuff in a blog or on Instagram or Facebook or anything, it can be seen in 100 different ways. You can read it wrong. I could have missed out punctuation and then you've read it completely wrong. You know what I mean? So at least when I'm doing a podcast, it's a little bit more honest, and it's more personal, isn't it? Doing a podcast, and it is a new medium and a new way to connect with people. And that's something I really want. I really want a community and a connection, which is why I started an email address as well, aka littleblue@gmail.com. Please email me if you have had something amazing happen to you this week. If something incredibly wonderful has come out of you doing positive thinking, like testing the law of attraction, I would love to hear it. If you have witnessed a random act of kindness, or you yourself have maybe paid it forward to someone, like you've paid for someone shopping, or you've helped someone out of a bad patch, I'd love to hear those stories. Connect with me on my email address, on Instagram, on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm still Little Blues Thank You, but I am probably going to change that to aka Little Blues soon. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Please follow me, because I do tend to use each medium for a different thing. So at the moment I'm using Instagram for blogging. I'm probably going to go back to my old way of blogging soon, because I miss doing articles. I miss doing that whole setup. I really enjoyed that. And although Instagram, it's been fun, it's been a new experience and stuff, I do feel it's I can't really go into too much depth because you're limited to the amount of words you can use. So it's going to be a bit more about inspirational quotes on Instagram, and about sharing mine and baby Blue's life and the positive sides to us as a family. And then Twitter, I like to just share posts that I see and maybe ask questions and connect. I find Twitter a lot easier to connect with my audience, my community, and the same with Facebook. I can connect with the community. I'll share more videos on Facebook and things like that. So please do follow me. Facebook is Little Blues Thank You though, not aka Little Blue. But anyway, I'm going to bring the podcast to a close. Have a fantastic day. I just wanted to basically sum up what I'm about, just in case you are new to the podcast. And if you are, thank you for listening. If you've been listening for a while and you like what you hear, and you do enjoy it and you do tune in, please spread the word, share it on your social media, let people know. Let's build a massive community and get this off the ground, because that's what I really would love. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic week. Think of some goals for this week, because it's Monday tomorrow. But have a good one. Take care. Bye.